Hey everybody, your friendly neighborhood podcaster, storyteller, filmmaker here. Welcome to another episode of Director's Commentary for One with Wolfpack Football. This episode is entitled, it is Season 1, Episode 12 of the show. So, I hope you enjoy. All right. So, kind of a so this is a different way to start off the episode, where basically that clip is starting off as after the loss to Clemson, which I hadn't really done before. Like starting an episode with the end of the previous game is something I played around with for this particular episode. The title of this episode being accountability, and the subject matter in which we discuss on this episode being about accountability. I felt like it was important to reflect on the fact that the team came up short in the previous contest. So, how does a group of people use accountability to respond to the lows of life, as a broader term? And this is it's a pretty cool episode, if I do say so myself. A couple different things going on, and also we get to go up to Boston, which I like Boston. Boston is a cool town. Also some NFL talent interviewed in this episode. This is also really cool. So I appreciate y'all sticking with me for my 12th attempt at giving you a solid director's commentary from my relatively limited experience working on the show after 12 episodes. So we're getting close to the end of our first of the first season of One with Wolfpack Football. And for me, I can tell how the show is improving. And that's not even like me saying I'm getting better, but just like the show, like the show itself is finding its footing, as well as me, trying to find the right vibe and the right approach for a lot of these different subjects can be tricky sometimes. So, accountability. Here we go. Shout out to the grounds crew, keeping everything ship shape. Fall is tricky here in North Carolina. It really is gorgeous, but a lot of times it's super quick, especially where I am here in Raleigh. And the leaves will turn, and then 2 weeks later they're gone. So any chance I can get to get some lovely fall footage, I'll take it, even if it's someone blowing the leaves out of the parking lot.
It's the ownership that our staff has taken this year, that our players have taken this year when they make mistakes.
So what I think I may have mentioned this before, but these themes that we're working with for each episode, they're predetermined by the basically by Coach Dorn's program. 12 of them are already in place. 2 of them I kind of make up. So this is all about, or 3 of them I make up. I found it better, especially as a person who exists within chaos. If I can find any sort of structure, that's usually very helpful. So I hate to say I force structure, but one of the things I like to do is if I can predetermine a theme or predetermine a focus for an episode, that'll help me, I think, put together the episode a little bit better, especially with such a tight turnaround.
Hi, Mom and Dad. Hi. Shout out to Mom and Dad. Yeah.
To me, what accountability means is
I make one of the reasons I make the show is for the parents. Parents love seeing their kids on TV. So AJ Cole, currently the starting punter for the Las Vegas Raiders.
You do something, doing it to the fullest of your ability, doing it with 100% effort.
So there's some cool and interesting spots sometimes to film around the football campus.
So just constantly working on,
I'm not necessarily someone who might have a good aesthetic eye when it comes to location-wise, where should we do an interview. Because I'm thinking about almost always about the logistics of something. Like, okay, that's a cool shot, or that's a cool place to shoot, but can we get in there? Like, that's my main focus, is like, are we allowed? Am I allowed to do this? Like, what's the timing? Is the timing going to work out with everything? And so normally we're filming player interviews in the team meeting room, which is just a bunch of rows of chairs. Kind of looks like a movie theater. You've seen it. And it's usually very dark. And, sometimes it's kind of moody and appropriate, and sometimes you just can't tell what's going on, and that's entirely my fault. So we're trying some different things where last episode we filmed outside. Filmed Naheem Hines outside in the stadium for something a little different. Can't really tell he's in the stadium, but you can tell he's outside and sitting on the bleachers. And the fact that it was an overcast day helped with lighting. And filming this interview inside of a individual position group, it's automatically a little bit brighter, but it does feel a little more kind of like a classroom, which is a little of what I was going for with him because of a lot of the off the field things that AJ does, whether it's school or whether it's volunteer work or something like that. So I wanted a little something that's not necessarily football looking for his interview, even though he is a good football player. Specialist positions are difficult to master, and getting on a spot on a pro team is even next to impossible because there's only one or two people that can fill those roles.
That a company would ask for are things that we have as like our pillars.
So yeah,
so things like
that's the team meeting room that we usually film in.
All things that companies are looking for. So when they ask, give me a specific time of when.
I don't know what that shot was. I don't know if I filmed that or
That's a really easy question for you to answer.
It was like a
because
shaky
I've had all these football
tilt or
experiences.
something.
With football, you have so much more real life teamwork experiences that you maybe don't.
So
get
it was kind of funny. The
in
full
another
focus of
classroom setting.
this
So
interview
with
was
that,
about
I
like
feel extremely
AJ's
prepared, and I feel like the
academic
skills I
ambitions,
learned in football have prepared me really well for the
and
life
how
skills I'll need in life.
playing football,
I always tell 'em I
the
want
lessons you learn during football can apply to like the real world, which we always appreciate. But
coming from a guy
the
that,
cool part is
didn't
that
have a
this guy
scholarship,
got a starting punter
I knew
job,
that football wasn't gonna
like I
carry
said, for the
me.
Las Vegas Raiders.
That really mattered to me.
Not that it's unexpected, but because of the focus of this was so academic oriented, and then for him to then go on to be an NFL level punter is really cool. I love seeing stuff like that. Like when student athletes have like defined sides to them, that's always really interesting to delve into. Coach Jordan talking about accountability and staying up late, not staying up late, or playing video games or watching movies or whatever. That's me. I stay up too late. I stay up until I'm tired, and sometimes it's to my detriment. Because if I try to go to bed when I'm not tired, I'm usually just sitting in bed for 90 minutes or 2 hours.
Be committed to something where
So try to wear myself out anywhere I can.
come to you and ask you to do something or
So now we got cold cook. So this is back in the team meeting room. Lighting's a little bit better, even though we've got that glare from my light in the background right behind him.
How you doing?
Another good player, another good guy, another good leader.
Shake my hand, sir. Great to see you. I've never been really the featured like pass catching tight end or really the featured guy, but
It's always cool to interview these players who,
coaches and
like
my teammates
Cole
can
was saying
depend
here,
on
that aren't
do a good job and handle blocks and catch the ball when I need to.
like are
so that I can help
players
us.
that just
A lot of
do
people don't see
their
that.
job, and they might not even
But I
touch
know
the
my
ball that
teammates
much.
see how much I help us. I just want to do it for them, honestly.
Those folks are always very team oriented, and you got to appreciate that
You want to talk to me?
they believe that it's not about them, it's about the team. Which is really cool.
Dang, I ain't even know you was mic'd up, G.
I'm sure.
Dang, you mic'd up.
I'm sure.
I gotta mess with everybody when they mic'd up.
No, you're just trying to get on TV.
No, I don't need to be on TV. Hey, cut the scene.
Sean Boone already got his camera time in a previous episode.
Car. I left my car keys in my car. And the Yad. No, it's Boston. The Harvard Yad.
Oh, now we're debating
That is Boston.
how to do a proper Boston accent.
The Harvard Yad.
This is what I'm here for. I'm here for the shenanigans This
here
brings
and
me
just
joy
wanted
when I'm
to
filming
get into whatever
and I'm
role
listening to
they had for
everybody.
me and do whatever I could to help. When I first got here, I just wanted to be on the field.
Ooh,
So
is that The
ended up
Who?
being
Yeah, that's The
my
Who in the
opportunity
background.
came 'cause
Yeah,
I
I'll
could
take it.
block the line of scrimmage really well.
I have good taste in music.
Been a little open, so doing that was kind of how I made my
Playing with music's so much fun
Now my role's expanded
with this
some.
show and the variety of things we can do.
Anything
Just
flashy,
because,
I just enjoy
God,
it.
there's so many different genres of music, so many different vibes. You got to find the right one, and playing with it's really a really cool process.
No, he wasn't in the room when I went, but I talked to another dude who was in the Navy during Vietnam.
That's awesome.
I'm about to go talk to him again today.
Them dudes are awesome, man. I loved when we went to the Veterans Hospital down there in Shreveport.
Hey, listen to me. Good work again today. Really good. Okay? You got tomorrow to clean
Yeah, a lot of these guys,
You got tomorrow to clean it up.
like I've hammered and hammered and hammered on, they're not just players, they're people. To know the stuff that they do, like out of the goodness of their hearts, is really cool. Like mainly like volunteer work. Like some of these guys
Offense on two, 1-2.
volunteer
Guys
with
don't buy in. It's really not fun.
with the houseless. Some of them volunteer by
Winning any games, people
working
don't
with like
care.
Veterans Affairs.
It's not fun to lose, honestly.
Some of them
It's fun to
just
win games, it's
end
fun
up going
play
to
well.
children's hospitals and seeing
That's what
kids.
we
So
strive to do,
that's really
especially
neat.
my senior class, we've come in and we've really
Shows a whole lot of humility, I think,
something special, and that's what we're trying to do.
for these people that we see on a field that play a game.
8 weeks early, 2 months, 4 pounds is what he weighed.
So this is something
A
different.
wedding ring, which is not very big.
So we are.
A picture of it.
This is filming in the team hotel room up in
Okay. Ready to have a beautiful baby.
Waltham, Massachusetts, which is outside of Boston. So
It was a special moment. Knowing that, doing something.
something we haven't shown on the show before, something I've never really
I wish I could
filmed.
see you
I
all
want to
the
say I probably went into a team meeting before the game in a hotel, maybe
first time I
a couple
held
weeks
myself.
prior, but without my camera, just to see what it was about, to see if it was worth capturing. And a lot of times it is.
For that one moment, I remember it like it was yesterday. I said, you don't matter anymore.
I love hearing stories like this, where it's
Accountability hit me.
the
right.
source of inspiration
Everything I do from that moment on was either going to have a
from these
positive
individuals,
impact or a
from
negative impact on my 4 pound
Coach Dorian realizing that accountability hit him hard when his premature son was born, to a player that was sitting there, Reggie Glaspie, having a daughter as well.
The closest thing you have to that, guys,
Kind of really cool parallels in life
which is what you have.
with accountability and responsibility.
It's what you have. And when you live life,
Seems like
around
I'm
you instead of for yourself,
struggling to hold my camera for a long amount of time. See it shaking there.
You're playing one of the greatest games
Oh, hey.
on earth, football.
Didn't know there was more. That's cool.
And to play football at the level that you're playing at is a privilege.
I like those team jackets, hoodies.
And with
They're
any
fresh.
privilege comes responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And your responsibility today,
Rest in peace, Uncle Ben.
you enter the field of battle, is to
So Boston College is cool. I love going up there. I really like their stadium. It is small. It is old, but it's got this charm that I just can't resist. Like it's all metal, you know, and students and fans are banging on the bleachers. Like it's so loud, especially when it's full.
We're here at Alumni Stadium for the first blast of Arctic air. hit
Yeah,
the
it's one of like 2 chances I get to see
28 degrees,
real cold
19.
temperatures.
I love being at work.
Which you get when cold weather, you get some cool opportunities for some footage, whether it's breath, whether it's hot breath coming out of someone, or the rare chance when you see snow. That's always fun.
Here, all right? Play with confidence. Receiver on the ball, making sure we're switching it up. All right? Quick jams. All right? Make sure we're bringing our feet opposite hand jam, staying on top of routes. And the big key is
Boston
focus
College
on
has a
eyes. Our eyes gotta be great. We gotta break to the man. We break
got a
to the
fake,
man, we'll
not a
make some
fake,
big time plays
it's
with
real.
that, all
It exists. The fake grass, the AstroTurf, with the little rubber the rubber roll pellets. And you're running around the field, they get stuck in your shoes. It's really annoying.
Do your job, man. Do your job. Start, sustain, finish.
It's the little things,
Go
right?
in, fly to the football, man. Fly to the football. Listen, I can give these great pregame speeches every single week, but it don't mean that
Yes, relying on Aaron Henry for more pregame speeches. Him saying that his speeches are great. But also sometimes they don't work because it's not up to him. Because he's not out on the field playing. Little meta commentary. These colors are crisp. Looking good. I like that uniform combo, the red, white, white. It's cool. So I don't remember how exactly this game goes, but I'm pretty sure we win. And we've got some cool record-breaking celebrations going on as well. Ooh, that was nice. Fun fact about going to Boston College is that the media meal that takes place up in the press tower always has clam chowder. Seems kind of obvious, yeah. New England. Got a lot of really good huddle footage in this one. The ability to hear it is always nice. Now, granted, it's probably the fact that there's not too many people in the stadium. They're not too loud right now. But I'll take any reason I can get in order to hear those coaches properly. Ooh. That was a good move. That was a good shot. That was my shot. It's not an angle that we see a whole lot. Like our standard angles we see during the game are there's a high angle, there's probably an angle from the end zone, there's an angle from the sideline, but always the sideline angle is like further toward the end zone. So when I'm in the bench and I have the opportunity to film the game, that's where I will go. I will go pretty much almost to the 50-yard line if I can. I say that because there's like players and coaches in the way as well, but it's always really cool when there's not a whole lot going on in the bench. I can just turn right around and film the game. There's always something to film. Yes, that's why I call it cold weather. Hot steam coming off somebody's head. Wish we would have slowed that down. That would have looked cool.
We'll see if BC dials up some pressure here. And here comes a one-man blitz. Finley to throw. A middle screen, and it's
oh, that sucks. I hate when that happens.
Wade will hand it off to Dillon. He's wrapped up, brought down the zone backfield.
It's all about the game, right? Keep things dramatic.
It's loose. Noel picks it up. Trying to run left, but he's brought down.
Great shot there by our end zone camera person.
Van Barb with a 41-yard attempt for the right hash. Good snap. Ball down. Kick on the way. It has plenty of distance, and it is good.
Nice. So, yeah, we can see in the stadium that there's not a whole lot of people in the stands. There's enough. There's fans there.
What we got to do in the third? This is their best quarter coming up. Got to be our best quarter.
Sometimes filming in the locker room at halftime is very chaotic. Because it's one room and all the coaches are there and they're talking to their position groups as well as the heads of offense and defense are also talking to their players. And a lot of times it can be tricky to hear exactly what they're saying because somebody behind you is yelling and talking to their position group. So it can be a little bit chaotic sometimes, but my best approach is just to kind of wander, go from group to group and see if anything's going on. And hopefully I grab enough, and then in the editing bay, I find what's the best one. What's the best stuff to use? Well, this is turning into a dramatic game. Always love when that happens. Makes things interesting. It's with really competitive and close games and dramatic games like this that I always wish I had more time to actually edit the game. Like I really wish I had almost a full day, maybe a full day and a half to really, really work with the footage, really, really work with the music, and pacing. to try and get the right dramatic balance. But a lot of times I got to get this done in like 4 hours, and so that's the way we got to do things sometimes. Wow. It's always great. Remember Naheem in our last episode shouting out to his hometown? He always does that with my camera up there. It's always fun. He does that with any cameras on him, honestly. And I would too. Shout out the people you love. Shout out where you came from. I wish that was I'd done something different there. Like it was cool to just show that moment, but I should have slowed it down, or I should have raised the music up a little bit. To just add to the drama, the emotion. What a good game. That was a good game. There's some slow motion. Finally. I don't know, it took me so long.
When I first got here, there would be guys show up when
I'm always keeping my eye on the people that I've covered in the episode with interviews. Like I'm always looking out to see where they are, who they're interacting with, because they're in an episode. I want to focus on them. I want to show the people that we're talking about. And so that's like default where I'm always looking, but inevitably that leads me to miss something. You're not going to get everything because, I mean, I'm just one person. I can't see everything. And so if you're ever in a point where you're filming and you're so focused on one thing and then you realize you missed something, just let it go. Like there's going to be more opportunities to capture what you want to capture meaningful moments. Because filming life is life itself. Like you're going to miss stuff, but you're also going to witness a lot of really cool things. And so that's just, that comes with the game. That comes with the territory of making documentary television, films, digital series, whatever. You're not going to be everywhere at once.
Hey, Coach, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
Had some really good interview bites to wrap this episode up with. I always love when I have a lot of extra to work with when I'm editing because... Oh, this is great. Bradley Chubb breaking NC State records. Always a lot of fun. That's always cool. See, that's when, you might miss one thing, but then you capture this, and it's worth it. Wasn't that fun? I thought so. If you have any questions or comments about what you saw today, feel free to leave some in the comments section. I'll get to them as soon as I can. If you're enjoying the stuff that I'm putting out and you want to help further support the stuff that I make, please check out the Patreon page in the description below. It really would mean the world to me if you decided to back me on Patreon. The other option is free. Just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, whether it's director's commentary or something else. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching. I'll see y'all later.